Mm.
Welcome back, folks, to another week of Word of Mouth, talking mental health, relationships, family, etc., etc. Y'all know the deal. Like and subscribe to the channel. Link down below to all our social media and platforms. So I've been seeing on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you use, that a lot of women are confused as to the problems Quavo have with Saweetie. And I'm confused why they confused. But I'm going to explain it, and I'm going to explain it with like a short clip of a video from that video of the interview she had. Now I'm going to break down a lot of things about it. Because what has to be understood is looks only get you so far. Like, they'll get you through the door a lot of times. They'll get you in certain positions. But nobody wants to deal with a poor attitude. Nobody wants to deal with somebody with a poor disposition. Nobody wants to feel used or manipulated or any of those things. And in this video, it really comes off as that's who she is as a person. And you really can't blame him. But like I said, I'm going to break things down for the people who still don't understand.
Let's respect to it. One mic.
I'm too
That's sweet stuff.
First of all, ladies, don't ever be scared to ask for no money. Period.
Okay.
Because, like,
it's hard to say.
I mean, it's just, we're women and we got
How you
coochie.
ask?
But second of all,
Respectfully.
Let's break down that first part. As a woman, if you're dating a man and you're with a man and y'all live together, even if y'all don't live together, if this guy can go up in you raw and bust all in you, you should be able to ask for money. Just to be honest, because if you get pregnant, guess what's going to happen? He's going to be shelling out money, or supposed to be shelling out money for his child. So, like, if the guy has enough, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in situations where women were okay with having raw sex with me, but didn't want money from me because they felt like it was prostitution. But it's like, nah, that's crazy. I don't even understand that concept, but I guess that's a self-esteem issue on their part. It's like, if we can lay up and do this, then I can, do my part, so to speak. And I won't say do my part is maybe not the right words. I'm not saying pay bills or whatever, because I still believe in not paying bills for somebody you don't live with. But it ain't nothing to get her hair done or her nails done every once in a while, or send her cash for food, or buy her nice things. You know what I'm saying? Because, and it's not really prostitution in the sense of because it's for sex. Because, like, if she's having sex with you, hopefully she's enjoying it as much as you are, or y'all enjoying it together. But it's like, it's just different ways to show appreciation. That's really what I'm getting at. And let's continue.
It's hard to say.
I mean, it's just, we're women and we got
How you
coochie.
ask?
But second of all,
Respectfully.
respectfully, you always got to be cute about it, though.
She's right about that. But let's go back into the woman we got coochie. You are not if you want to be a prostitute, understand what comes with that. Like I've said on my channel before about a woman cash apping me for $2,000. But if I asked her for sexual favors, I would have been wrong. And I barely knew her. So that's an issue within itself. Like, you can't act one way and expect to get treated another way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you hear asking for money or wanting me to shell out money, and then I'm like, well, what are you going to do for this money? You got to expect what comes with that. But there's also a right and wrong way to do things and ask for stuff. Like when she said you got to be cute about it, yes. It's manipulative the way she's saying it, but yeah, you can ask for things and be nice about it. Like, hey, can I... Depending on where you're at in your relationship, if you're in the beginning, you really shouldn't be like, I like these shoes, can you buy me these shoes? Like, and there's a way to do it, but you can't be like, give me some money, or I want these, I want that, I want this, I want that, because then it just comes off wrong. But it's like, you asking for something like once a month, maybe twice a month, it's not gonna trip on it, or he may even show you things that he may like on you. At least that's what I do as a guy. I may show you like, oh, I think this would be cute on you. You like this? Yeah. And then he'll get it for you, depending on the type of guy you're dealing with, ladies. But let's go ahead and continue.
You know, Like, you know, babe, I need some groceries. I want to go shopping. But you gotta set it up nice and cute.
Do y'all take y'all man shopping though? Like, he's supposed to just take y'all shopping? Like, do y'all get nice things or like?
Why do boyfriends want to be treated like girlfriends?
They gotta be
Now let's go ahead and go into that and what's wrong with that. Now, first off, apparently the dude that's sitting to her right is an ex-boyfriend. I'm not sure how it is, if he is or isn't. I'm not about to look it up, to be honest. I don't really care. But let's say he is. I get when you're in that celebrity realm, you're going to run into people like, your circle's small. There's only going to be so many people around. But if you got to be in a situation where you're around an ex and you don't tell your current, that's grounds for ejection. Like, my wife just read a post to me yesterday, a day before yesterday, or maybe even this morning, where it was like, wife went to go see her ex-boyfriend who's being locked up for life. That's suspect when so she told him, but it's like, you have no respect for me or our marriage, so you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? To go see an ex in that regard. Like, there's nothing wrong if they were on their deathbed. I could get it. If it's their funeral, I get it. Or God forbid, child's funeral or whatsoever, or mother's funeral, God forbid, if you met them, all that, God forbid, God forbid. I get reaching out to them or talking to them or going to see the funeral if you had that type of relationship with them. But I can see why somebody would break up with somebody like that, because that seemed a little underhanded if you didn't say anything. And then let's go into the comment of why boyfriends want to be treated like girlfriends. And somebody put this on Twitter today, actually. It's like, what is this narrative of not spoiling your man? And I don't get it. Let's go with the ideology of somebody living with you. So, and from what I'm seeing, everybody wants the man to pay all the bills, or at least majority of the bills. So let's say altogether your bills are on average $3,000. That's $3,000 that's in your pocket as a woman every month. Why can't you buy him some shoes? And it depends on who the guy is, depending on his hobbies. You may not even buy shoes, may not even be his hobby. Like, why can't you, like, I draw, I do art stuff and all this stuff. Why can't you go buy me some fucking colored pencils? Some decent, why can't you go buy me some markers? Why can't you go buy me like figurines so I can draw, like, for their reference drawings? Why can't you go buy me a sketchbook? Why can't you go buy me some shirts or some socks, some underwear? Why can't you do that? Why is that being treated like a girlfriend thing? Because if you were going by the traditional sense where a man pays for everything, why are you not cooking in the kitchen every night? Why are you, why is I'm coming home, the house is not clean, I gotta clean stuff? Why am I asking for sex? You should just have your legs open. Why am I asking for fellatio? You should just be ready. You can't play that double standard and think that's going to work out to your benefit. Because what you're going to happen is you're either going to wind up with a guy that just leaves you, or you're going to be cheated on a lot. And it's like a lazy man is bad and a lazy woman is bad. They're both very bad. And it looks unbecoming. And what comes into your mind after a while when you're dealing with a lazy person, a person who doesn't want to seem like, or does the bare minimum and half-ass, is like, you seem kind of useless to them. Or like, why am I here? But let's continue. Oh, let's go ahead. And in this video, you'll see a bunch of her friends or homegirls or whoever she got behind her. And that be to y'all detriment. Y'all have these single mug friends who can't keep a man or been slutted out by a bunch of men. And y'all think y'all should be taking advice for them. Why would you be taking advice from the homegirl you know who got drunk last week and slept with 10 dudes in one night? Does that seem like the person you should really take a relationship advice on, or should be listening to? Why are you listening to the girl who keeps going, who's a side chick for 3 dudes? Because she loved them. You think that should be somebody you should take advice on? But let's continue.
Why do boyfriends want to be treated like girlfriends? I don't like that disrespect.
What's the most thoughtful gift you ever got for me?
Well, before I start that, let me just clarify something.
I'm listening.
Because men deserve to be spoiled, right?
So you spoil your
Let's talk about it.
Okay, but hear me out. So, men want you to give up the coochie. They want you to have the babies. But then they also want you to match his bag. That requires working all day. That requires hustling.
She has a valid point. When you're dealing with certain men, they want you to do all this and then match their bag. But at the same time, I know a lot of men, if they want you, when you have their child, they don't want you to work. Not in the first 3 to 5 years of their life. They don't want you to work. They want you to stay home and take their kids. So that's one thing. The second thing is you got to give up the coochie. I don't understand how this is ever an argument with women. Like, women like sex just as much as men. And the older women get, the more they want sex. So it's like, if sex is a chore for you dealing with that man, why are you still dealing with that man? Oh, because he's nice or do that. But it's like, there are sex therapists, there's communication. There's a lot of things you can do to improve a man's sex. And maybe he just sucked. But there are other ways to improve a man's sex. And communication is the best way to for sex to get better between a relationship. Time as well, and connection and intimacy. But that's also a solid way of getting what you want sexually wise, because nobody's gonna know everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody likes different things, and to think one size fit all is really not. But let's continue.
Right. So like him coming home asking for some coochie, some dinner, and a baby, and then you want to be spoiled on top of that. Let's be realistic.
I'm all ears. Sometimes a man has to be all ears for a queen. I'm just listening.
I know that's right. All I'm saying is, I mean, it's cool to spoil your man, but come on now. We deserve to be spoiled 24/7 because of what we can offer.
Now, she's saying what we can offer. That's the end of the video. Every time a man want to be with you, don't mean he want to have a kid. Don't mean he, like, I don't even understand this, what she's saying. It just don't make sense. Like, it's like every time you feel like, it's like she's saying every time she sleep with a man, they want a kid with her. And that might be true in her case. But like, men in different aspects, I didn't want a kid every time I slept with a chick. I don't know any man that would want a kid every time he slept with a chick. I may have wanted a kid after time. We've been together for a while. But then you've already been spoiled and all this didn't happen. So I'm confused. I don't even know how to break that down. Like, it's like to me, it's really like she's saying you gotta have a kid with every man you sleep with. So like, what about the man you're not having kids with? What about the man you're not cooking for? Because I'm really surprised if she can cook, to be honest. She don't look like the type, but maybe she can. I don't know. I can't, I'm assuming. And a lot of dudes I know these days can cook and will clean and do all the other stuff and are great fathers. So I don't even understand the aspect. Like, yes, I'm not going to take anything away from having a baby. Having a baby is something I can never fathom physically, mentally, emotionally, etc. so forth. It's a lot to deal with. But to push out, I don't even think she has kids, and to push out this narrative that they want us to have babies and do this and do that, it's like, you're not doing this for every guy. So like, that already kind of dials down what you're saying, what you're asking for. And it's not a dude wants you to have a bag because he don't want you to be a bum. Nobody wants to date a bum. Male or female. Nobody wants to date a bum. Nobody wants to date somebody who is lazy. Nobody wants to be somebody who has no ambitions or has no drive about their own life. That's just, nobody wants to be with nobody like that. Like, I remember an article or quote saying by Michelle Obama, aspire to be more than just a housewife or the husband of a wife. And she's absolutely correct. You should want to be more than that. Yeah, if that's what you want, cool. But just, I ain't got the words for this. And this is something else. My wife said that she talked to me about. A lot of men don't be wanting kids. Not as many as y'all think do. A lot of men will. She told me that there are men out here who will portray being infertile by like spitting in a semen cup and stuff like that, doing stuff like that, just so they don't have to have kids because they don't want them. It's like they love their wife, they just don't want kids. So what happens when that happens, when a guy just doesn't want kids? What do you do with that? And this video, there's more, like, if you watch the whole interview, it's crazy because this one part is like what happens if you date a regular guy and he's making like 130,000? And she says, and the comment she makes is, that's not enough money. Come back with you and get your money up. Granted, she's probably like a lowball millionaire. But let's look. If I look up the average salary in the U.S., the average salary as of 2019 is $31,000. That's the average salary in the U.S. So that's literally 8% of the population, and there's almost 350 million people in America as of 2019. So how many people you think really making over 100,000 or even close to that if the average salary is 31,000? Not too many. That's very low. That's not even 50,000. Half of America is not really making $50,000, and that's mind-blowing to me within itself. Granted, you're adding in teens and all that stuff, but I can imagine a grown person not making at least 50,000. So when I'm saying all this in the video, I broke it down like, it's how you come off to people and your attitude. That's really what makes or breaks a relationship and how people want to deal with you. This is one of my longer videos. It's been a while since I've done this, but like and subscribe to the channel. Links down below to all our platforms and whatnot. And this is Word of Mouth. Peace.